I wanted to show you the cabinet that we made. You might have seen it in another video, but this is a little demo or a little example of what you can achieve. Got a nice glow, perfect, don't see the LEDs. It's a nice crisp finish. You determine where you want to put that LED light. We wanted them at the front. Nice and early at the moment. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, all in, typical English day, pretty icy outside, cold, and we have some components out ready. We've got the mat on the floor to be able to just assemble these carcasses. So these are basically the upper carcasses of a pair of, well, of traditional alcove units. So you've got the lower cabinets, we've got two here, that's the lower cabinet, that's the lower cabinet. Then these are going to be the upper alcove units, the upper cabinets. So if we look over here on the drawings, you will see side profile. Okay, this particular version is flush at the front. We've got the lower cabinet, upper cabinet, front view, lower cabinet, upper cabinet. And then we have another set, because we've got two pairs in this house. One's cream, two cream, and two green. Lower cabinet, upper cabinet, you can see this one is deeper than this one because there's hardly any chimney breast space and room. There's a patio door on that side as well. We didn't want to eat into that space. So you can see here, that's where the TV is going to go. We've got two shelves here on this one, but on the other side, we haven't drawn in both sides. We've got three. So when you are doing lights, remember to put one in at the top. Although it's not technically a shelf, you need to just make sure that there is an LED at the top, otherwise that top space won't glow. And that's why we've got painted edge here and not here, because we've got trim going over the front. So as you can see here, there's a top shelf, trim going over the front. Same on both. Okay, so remember that. So we've got 7 here, which is 1, 2, 3 for the TV version. And on the other side, because we've got 3 shelves on each alcove unit apart from this one, it's 3 and the top. So we've taken 1 away for the TV. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side. So we've got 4, 8, 12, 16 minus 1. We've got 15 shelves in total, tops and bottoms included. And I wanted to show you this part because this is how we fix the shelves in place, okay? So we use biscuits, and we use biscuits on the lower side of the shelf, okay? The underside, so this is the underside. Because it takes the load a little bit better rather than there, it's more likely to split the layers apart of the 2 pieces. We go around here, I'll show you construction. This is also how we make the shelf. We make it up in 3 pieces, a bottom slab, which is a whole piece that goes all the way across. You can see the joint here. Okay, these are 2 18mm pieces of MDF. You can use ply, you can use 2 pieces of 25, you can use whatever you like to make your thickness. We wanted about 36. And they're not spanning a great deal, about 900-ish. And we thought that is absolutely fine. 2 pieces of 18. But to create the rebate, rather than making 2 pieces and then taking out all that meat and all that mess and having a cutter to do that, we just pinned these pieces together in the right order. We've got 3 pieces, 1, 2, 3. So this is the front. We pin this strip on to this big blank together. Then we used this as a spacer, glued this and pushed it up against the spacer or the channel, pinned that on, and that gave us our rebate. And these were all glued and pinned, no clamps, because it's quick and easy. You can just pin it and it's done. Don't have to wait for glue to go off and wait for the clamps. You can just pin them and then start working on them, stacking them, and doing the stacking technique. As you can see here, we've got a stack. This is how we stack. If you want to see how we stack multiple components in one go, have a look at the stacking video. Hopefully I'll put it up there, where you get perfect finishes on so many components, 10, 20, 30 components in one go. So yeah, we're going over how we fix them from the side. We use biscuits. We don't go anything else. We just fix through the side of the cabinet. The biscuits hold them in place and give them more strength, also give them the strength that they need, because you don't want to rely on just screws. And that is it, really. So there is a diffuser that goes on the top. So here we go. Here is the clear diffuser. It's a piece of plastic. We look at this side profile and it just clips in to the lights, okay, like so, and it gives you a nicer glow. Rather than just clear, you'll see the LED light. Even though I have got clear there, you can have both. You can have cloudy or clear. I've gone for cloudy just so it just gives it a nice diffused glow. If you don't get the space right, or you want to just give it a little bit more strength, silicone blobs in there, blob, blob, blob. Make sure they're high, and then when you push your channel in, it squidges out and gives this a bit more strength. You just want know 100% that that's not going anywhere, even if it got a knock, or you had to adjust the lights, or click the diffuser in or out, or fiddle around, something like that. You know that channel is never going to come out because you've got those blobs. So I've already made the kits up, and I have got a video on these kits. So we're going to be using 12 volt LEDs. They're going to have a plug, a transformer, a controller, then it's going to go to the LED light, and then a remote. We've got a remote that does up to four channels, and because we've got 4 alcove units, we have got one remote to do all of them, okay, so which is pretty handy. So you can get warm white, cool white, and it's all down to the temperature of the actual light. So I'm using 2700 Kelvin, I believe, which is the actual temperature, which is the glow, how warm that white is. You can get multicolored, and the remote does allow you to dim it and change color, the multi-colors, but I'm not using multicolor, but you do have the up and down function on the remote, which I'll show you in a bit. So hopefully I will show you fitting of these. It might be in another video. It might be in with this video, not too sure. Might do a separate fitting video because this is going to be quite a big job to fit this job, and it'll be nice to film. But if not, I'm going to go in and show you those LED lights in the moment, and yeah, I think that is it. Oh, before I go, these are the sides. You can see we've got the holes drilled already for the cables, so when the shelf goes in, and we can demonstrate it over there perfectly. This is where the light's coming out. That gets fed through, and it's already got a hole for that LED to poke through. Oh, Sean, I knocked your side. Sorry, mate. Yeah, we've got 4 screws here, by the way. 4 holes, 4 screws, 2 biscuits. That cable could just come out, and it's ready to rock and roll. So it's forward planning there. Yeah, again, look, we haven't got one at the bottom here. This is the bottom of the alcove unit. Then we got 1, 2, 3, and a top. Remember, the top has the LED light in it too. But this is what the sides look like. We have a hole, big hole, 12 mil, I believe, or 10 mil. We've got 4 holes coming in 50 and 50, and then center of each slab of the 18, so coming down 9, and then the center of that slab as well, and 2 biscuits coming in 100 and 100. And that is it. 2 biscuits is enough. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. Once it's all screwed together, it's got a backing on, etc. The backings are an essential part of making this because it turns it into like a cube, okay? And the cube is very important, and it also makes the job look so much nicer. You need less seam fixings. You don't see any seam fixings, basically, with backings. The same with wardrobes. Always put a backing on. Use more material, but you get such a better job. You don't see the wall behind, and basically you're not a cowboy. Isn't it, Sean? We've seen so many jobs where they've had no backings, and they put a piece in, then another piece in, then they use an L brackets, connect them. Just make yourself a box and fit the box. No? Yeah. It's true, isn't it? So much easier. Just make yourself a backing and screw it all from the back, and it's a rigid cube and in. Well, you probably know this. Or do you? Anyway, we're going to go in. Hopefully, we'll show you those lights. See you in a sec. Say bye, Sean. Bye. So here are my kits. Okay, we've got 4 kits. And the best time to do it is when you're sitting down, watching TV on the floor. And just comfortable. So, going over the kit once more, even though you can watch the video I've talked about. Well, we need a plug on that one. We've got a plug over here, so that's fine. I do about 700 mil on the wire to the plug. I'm using 0.75 millimeters round twin wire, a live and a neutral. Doesn't need an earth. And then we've got a 500 cable, same cable, that goes to the controller. Okay, this is what allows the remote to work. Then you've got two outputs from the controller, and on one of them I have like a three-way thing. Okay, it comes with a connector on the end. I snip it off, turn it into two tails, and then put it into one of the outputs. You got a plus, and minus. There's two outputs, and then because I wanted four lights, that's three on one side because we've got a splitter there, and then we got one coming off on the other side. And we just got standard sticky tape LEDs, warm white, all ready to go. This is the remote, 4 channels, on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. And you can go for low, medium, high, I believe, for the settings. Then you can go and use your slider. And then if you had colours, you can move your finger around to give you different colours. But obviously it won't work with the whites. You can only do the up and down and low, medium, high, and whatever channel. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be channel 1, 2, 3, 4. They're really easy to program. You just turn the transformer off, turn it on, and hold down a button at the same time, I believe. To do the job, I just used a couple of screwdrivers, okay, and I have these ingenious snips. Best things ever, I'm telling you. They just pull off the end of the cable. It pulled off the white bit, so you put the white bit in there, like that. You squeeze them and it pulls the white sheave off. Sheathing, whatever you want to call it. And then you put the brown one in, and then you do the same, and it gives you the end. So I'll leave a link in the description for these because these are what you need in your kits, okay? This is a buy that you should buy. Okay, so let's go and see Sean and see how he's doing in the workshop. And so it looks like he's nearly done one, screwing on the backings. So we're using 430s for the backings. And that's all you need, 6mm backing. Don't use anything thinner, don't use anything thicker. 6mm is the perfect size with 30mm screws. Pre-drilled, obviously. You can just see here. Coming in about 50 from that joint, okay, not from there, 50 from there, and then divide them equally. As many as you can, really. Probably use about 30 or so on this job. And the more you use on the shelf, the more strength you're going to gain on the shelf. So yeah, there might be a good 7 or 8 on each shelf. I wanted to show you the cabinet that we made. You might have seen it in another video, but this is a little demo or a little example of what you can achieve. We've got a nice glow. Perfect, don't see the LEDs. It's a nice crisp finish. You determine where you want to put that LED light. We wanted them at the front. We had shelves here. This was 2 sections basically of a shelf, so that determined where the light was going to go in relation to the depth, because we wanted that light to shine down past the step back shelf. But yeah, it's got a nice look to it, hasn't it? Especially with the OSB. I do like the OSB look, which is kind of like industrial style, cheap budget, colourful chipboard type material with modern glass and modern lights. It goes well, I think, although you can't really see it very well. But yeah, we'll come back once the 2 cabinets are done. We'll show you the finished products. This unit is all together now. You can see the LEDs now. It's upside down. But this is the detail. Well, the trims are going to go here, hence the reason there's a rebate there. We needed to pinch so much space in the depth. It was just very, very, very tight. So we had to make the trims flush with the shelf. Wouldn't usually do that, but we did on this occasion. Otherwise, we'd have stepped those trims out. But you can see here the sides. You can see the screws holding them in. Center line of each piece. Basically 2 layers, making sure they're centered with the 2 layers. We've got the hole there slightly off, but we're not going to worry about that because the connector will go through there. It's only tiny. The LED will get stuck in there because it's got LED tape, sticky tape, and it'll just pull through. All drop down, or shall I say that way, because that's the bottom, to the underside of this cabinet. There's going to be a socket at the bottom of the lower cabinet, because this is going to sit on this once it's got a ledge on, and then the transformer will be in that section at the back. If we can't get it at the back, it will sit inside the cabinet because it's very tight, and we're working with very minimal tolerances here. So Sean's just going round and screwing up all of the screws in the back. And just a quick tip, if you've got a lot of weight going on these, biscuits and screws are definitely necessary, but get as many screws as you can. As you can see, we've got 4 here and we've got 2 biscuits, so that's fine. But we're worried about the deflection, So it's upside down, so there's a lot of weight going to be resting on these. I don't know, 20 kilos probably on each shelf, because he's going to put records, vinyl, which are heavy. So what we've done is I helped Sean just get one screw in the center. I pushed down and just put a bit of pressure in to deflect that shelf by about 2 or 3 mil. Because it's just giving it a helping hand, as in we've got the bow the wrong way, as in the weight is pushing that way on the shelf. Remember, this is upside down. So if we're bowing it, pushing it down the wrong way, it's just helping it out over time. So if there is any deflection, it will only deflect back to straight. That is my thinking behind it anyway. So there we go. That is the carcass all in. Let's go around, show you the screws Sean's putting in. Yeah, he's just going to go for it. We've got 2 lines there. So we're just going to go mad and maybe put in, don't know, 10 on each on each shelf.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Plenty. Okay. Again, 430 screws, 4 times 30 screws, 10 of them. That's it, guys. Happy days. If you want to see the lights being connected, check out my LED lighting playlist. Also, if you want to see how these carcasses fit together, you're wondering why we've got that little piece here, check out my 6-part series of 2 MIDI units. Sky blue one, dark blue one where I made a huge error on the paint. Check that out, because halfway through that series we're putting the sky blue one together, and you see how this detail works and how you can fit an upper unit to a lower unit, cheating as such, not seeing fixings and not having to kind of like work out how you're going to fix that backing into the lower carcass. So that's a very handy one to watch if you want to see the insight and our little cheat technique to do so. So yeah, hope you enjoy, guys. Have a great Friday. I will see you next Friday. Do you want to say bye, Sean?
Bye, everyone.
Take it easy. Ciao for now.